Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games. And today, we're going to be watching an epic matchup between Heroes and Pendulum Magician. TJ is going to go ahead and start off by using Emergency Call, using its ability to add one elemental hero monster from his deck to his hand. He's going to go ahead and add elemental hero Shadow Mist. And you guys are in for a treat. TJ has been playing with this hero deck for a little bit, so he knows the tips of the trade. The tricks of the trade. He's going to use elemental hero Solid Soldier to special summon elemental hero Shadow Mist to his side of the field. And then Shadow Mist's ability will allow him to add a mass change. Now, if you think he would just make a Dark Law and pass, you guys are far mistaken. He's going to use that opportunity, those two monsters, to make Isol, two Tales of the Noble Knights. And this is where the insaneness comes around, using Isol's effect to add Honest Neos, and then Isol's other ability allowing him to send 4, the Autonomous Action Unit, DDR, Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, and I'm gonna say an Overdone Burial to special summon a level 4 monster that to his side of the field and gain its abilities so he can further go into his combo sequence. Now, for you ladies and gentlemen that want to see a deck profile involving the Pendulum Magician, go ahead and click on this annotation. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and list it down below in the description, and that'll take you right to that Pendulum Magician deck. For the hero deck profile, let's try to get to, I don't know, 250 likes. Very plausible. And I'll show you an insane hero deck, ladies and gentlemen. TJ forgot to summon his monster off of Isol, so he's going to go ahead and do so by special summoning Vision Hero Vion, using its ability to send a hero monster from his deck to the graveyard. TJ is going to send Destiny Hero Malicious, and right now you guys are probably scratching your heads, huh? You did all that just for an Isol and a Destiny Hero Malicious with a Vion? No! He did that for a little bit more, and if you guys hang tight, you'll be able to see some extremely powerful combos inside of this hero deck. Even when you think you brick, you draw a pretty good scenario. He's gonna banish Destiny Hero Malicious from his deck, from his graveyard, allowing him to special summon another Destiny Hero Malicious to his side of the field. And one can only guess what he's gonna do with that Destiny Hero Malicious. It's a level 6 monster, kind of clunky to make an Abyss Dweller, but it's perfect for Link strategy, so we can only assume he's gonna use that Isol and the Malicious for another Link summon into his Summon Sorceress. And now you guys are like, Callie, what are you doing now? He's targeting the Vision Hero Vion. TJ must be out of his mind, because he's gonna actually special summon an attack gainer to his side of the field, but TJ has the sauce. He drew one of his extenders. He's going to activate Living Fossil, using its ability to special summon a Solid Soldier back to his side of the field. And then those two monsters for a Synchro Summon. Am I saying it right? Synchro Summon. Or a Link Summon for Needle Fiber. But since that card is out, he's just going to go, he's just going to go ahead and make a Notoria Beast. And we already seen that he has his mask change in his hand. He's going to set a couple of cards face down and then pass his turn. Really solid board. On his standby phase, he's going to go ahead and use that mass change. Or, I'm sorry, he's going to set cards face down, and before he ends his turn, he's going to use Vision Hero Vion to search Polymerization. Really good for when you want to comeback play if your board gets broken. So we know that he has 2 additional cards face down on top of his mass change, as well as a Vision Hero Vion and the Polymerization in his hand. TJ can really apply some pressure right here, and going against a Pendulum deck, this might be a good board to stop me from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Notoria Beast is really powerful against Pendulums. So I'm going to go ahead and start my turn, but not before TJ can use that mass change before I proceed to my main phase to summon Masked Hero Dark Law by using Vision Hero Vion. It's going to be simple for me. I'm going to activate that Purple Poison Magician into the scale, giving TJ a tough proposition. Is he going to allow that? No, he's not. He's going to use Notoria Beast to negate the Purple Poison Magician. But Purple Poison Magician's effect is going to activate since it was destroyed. It's going to allow me to destroy a monster on the field inside of Notoria Beast. Purple Poison Magician doesn't care how it's destroyed, as long as it was destroyed. I'm then going to follow up by activating the Supreme King Gate 0 into a scale. And now I'm pretty sure I'm going to Pendulum Summon. I'm going to go ahead and activate a Black Fang Magician, which only confirms TJ's suspicion. If he would allow the Purple Poison to go through, I would have been able to break both of his monsters. So I'm going to go ahead and Pendulum Summon a Mist Valley Apex Avian to my side of the field, as well as a Black Fang Magician. Now, looking back, I definitely should have attacked into the Summon Sorceress, because he's just going to use that Elemental Hero Honest Neos to give his Dark Law attack over my bird, forcing me to use my bird to negate the activation and save itself. I definitely should have just attacked into the Summon Sorceress. That would have probably gave me a little bit more advantage, but what TJ is about to do next will blow your mind, ladies and gentlemen. TJ is going to go ahead and start off his turn by normal summoning another Vision Hero Vion to his side of the field. And you thought this card was dead? No, he's going to use its ability to send an Elemental Hero Shadow Mist from his deck to his graveyard and add a Bubble Boy from his deck to his hand. TJ has some really good field presence right now. Can he actually go for the OTK? If this is Bob the Builder, then go ahead and say it. Yes, we can, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to use his Summon Sorceress effect, targeting his Mask Hero Darklaw to special summon a Elemental Hero Solid Soldier to his side of the field. And now he's in a really good position to make some huge plays using both of those monsters for a Link Summon into Nightmare Cerberus, discarding the Polymerization to destroy my last monster on the board, and then special summoning Elemental Hero Bubble Man using the Summon Sorceress as one monster, the Nightmare Cerberus and the Bubble Man, for a Boral Sword Dragon, enough for him to attack for game, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa! Heroes with the turn 1 lockdown, and then the turn 2 Wombo combo for game. That is insane how Heroes can take that victory just right out, especially with the misplays by me as a Pendulum Magician player. Definitely should have went for that Summon Sorceress. Oh well, we'll get to the next game. I'm going to start off my turn by using Foolish Burial. And if you guys know anything about Pendulum Magician, you play Foolish Burial for basically one card and one card only till Needle Fiber comes out. I'm going to go ahead and send Dark Worm to the graveyard using its ability to special summon itself to the side of the field for free and gain me a Pendulum Scale. How can you not play Dark Worm inside of your Pendulum deck? You should be ashamed if you don't. It gets you so much advantage. It is insane, ladies and gentlemen. So now I'm going to need to be able to put an extra monster on my side of the field to make Electromite. You always want to make Electromite before you Pendulum Summon, and I'm going to be able to, drawing the close to perfect hand, activating Chronograph Sorcerer into the scale, destroying itself to special summon a Time Star Magician from my deck to my side of the field. Time Gazer Magician, my apologies. Now I can use both Time Gazer and the Dark Worm for a Link summon before I even committed my normal summon. One of the most optimal ways to get into your Electromite is summon 2 Pendulum monsters before you have to normal summon, and you're good to go. I'm going to actually use Pot of Desires before I even get into the Electromite, banishing 10 cards from my deck, allowing me to draw 2 additional cards. I handed it to TJ. I don't know why. It's not like he can check or anything. Maybe it's to confirm his 10 cards. I don't know. To draw 2 additional cards, and then I'm going to check my banished cards. In Pendulum Magician, when you activate Pot of Desires, it doesn't really matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. Unless you draw 2 Desires off the Desires, it doesn't matter. Which, I have to admit, it's happened more times than I like to admit, but it's definitely still worth the Desires. I'm going to go ahead and Link Summon into my Heavy Metal Foes Electromite, using its ability to place a monster from my deck into my scale. In my humble opinion, I think I should have made the Electromite first because of the possibility of Desires hitting every single one of my targets. While it is very improbable, it's still very possible to happen. So I think Electromite should have been made first, and then we follow up with the Desires. But maybe I'm trying to bait the Ash Blossom and didn't need the Desires. I'm going to use Electromite for a really interesting play. I'm going to put Mythical Beast Jackal King and not Mythical Beast Master Cerberus into my extra deck, or not the Time Gazer, the Harmonizing Magician, which is really interesting. I'm going to go ahead and activate the Supreme King Gate 0 into my scale and then destroy the Gate 0 to add, maybe? It's interesting because normally you want to put that Harmonizing Magician. I wonder what's in my hand. I'm going to activate the Black Fang Magician into my scale, and it looks like I'm ready for a Pendulum Summon, ladies and gentlemen. The first Pendulum Summon that I think we've ever done with the new 4K camera and the new graphics that we have. So I'm going to special summon Jackal King from my extra deck as expected. Chronograph Sorcerer, I'm thinking about what I'm going to Pendulum Summon. The Mist Valley Apex Avion. And it looks like that's pretty solid. No, 2 copies of Mist Valley Apex Avion. That is insane. And whoa, This is crazy. I'm not going to Pendulum summon that extra monster from the side of the field. I'm just going to bring out the 2 Mist Valley Apex Avian, the Harmonizing Magician, as well as a Jackal King, and then special summon a Wisdom Eye Magician to my side of the field through the effects of Harmonizing Magician. Whoa, this is an insane board. I'm going to go right into the Exceed. Whoa, into an Abyss Dweller. So I have 4 negates on the field. 4 disruptions, and one of them is a hard disruption, basically disabling the entire graveyard. I'm gonna finally use Electromite's effect, destroying my Supreme King Gate 0 to add Chronograph Sorcerer to draw a card. And whoa, 3 negations online. One of them could be online with the activation of a spell card. I actually just so happened to have the spell card to activate using Pendulum Call. Trying to remember if I used any Magician monsters previously, and from what I can recall in this entire combo sequence, I did not use a Magician monster in my Pendulum scale. That was Chronograph Sorcerer. No, so we're good to go. That Pendulum Call is going to put 2 counters on Mythical Beast Jackal King, and then I'm going to pass my turn back to TJ. Abyss Dweller, double Mist Valley Apex Avian, and a Jackal King standby phase of TJ's turn. I'm going to go ahead and use that effect of Abyss Dweller, preventing him from gaining any of those graveyard effects. So no Destiny Hero Malicious, no Shadow Mist, none of that. TJ is going to start off by normal summoning the Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. I'm going to go ahead and use Mist Valley Apex Avian, and looks like this game just might be over because TJ knows that I can just OTK him within the next turn. So he's going to go ahead and scoop it up, and we're going to go to game 3. Whoa, this was exciting to see. Which deck will win? Will it be Pendulum Magicians and their craftiness? Or will it be Heroes and their ability to shut down? Heroes are going to get the opportunity to go first. And just to let you know, we tried to make this game as short as possible. So there might be some jump cuts that you might see here and there, but that's mainly because either one of us was thinking about a play for a little bit too long. Possibly there was maybe a sort of a misplay that was definitely correctable. So I really hope you guys do forgive the jump cuts, and let me know if you guys like them shorter with the jump cuts or longer and a little less unedited. So TJ is going to start off with his Elemental Hero Solid Soldier into his Elemental Hero Stratos. Stratty Boy is back, and that's going to allow him to add Bubble Boy from his deck to his hand. Now TJ is then going to follow up by using Stratos and his Solid Soldier into Isol, Two Tails of the Noble Knight. Isol is going to allow him to add Elemental Hero Honesty Neos. And then he's going to go ahead and use Isol's other effect, sending 4 equipped spell cards from his deck to the graveyard. And I wonder what he's going to special summon. Does he have another Vision Hero Vion play with already a mass change in his hand? It's going to be really interesting. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. So TJ sending 4 appropriate equipped spell cards to special summon Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. Its ability will allow him to add the, mass change from his deck to his hand. And it looks like he's in a pretty decent position. He'll at least be able to get the Shadow Mist. Whoa, 3 cards face down, and we know one of them is the mass change, and he'll get a search from the Shadow Mist hitting the graveyard. So on my standby phase, he's going to go ahead and use that mass change, morphing his Shadow Mist into an Elemental Hero Darklaw, and he'll also be able to trigger the effect of his Shadow Mist to add possibly a Vision Hero Vion from his deck to his hand. Or maybe, well, he's already used Stratos. So yes, he's gonna add that Vision Hero Vion. This put me in a really tough position because Darklaw does destroy does banish every card that's supposed to be sent to the graveyard. So I'm plotting, scheming, trying to figure out a way to get over this terrifying Elemental Hero Darklaw, and I can't attack over it because we know he has the Honesty Neos. Isol isn't too much of a threat, but if you leave it on the board, he'll be able to gain its effect again. I'm going to start off by using Supreme King Gate 0 on my scale, and then activating the Chronograph Sorcerer. Now this play right here, if you guys ask me, was a slight misplay because I put the Chronograph Sorcerer into an area where a back row card is. But I'm going to go ahead and Pendulum Summon 3, almost my entire hand, Pendulum Summoning a Dark Worm, a Harmonizing Magician, and also Pendulum summoning my last monster, which is an Oath Dragon Magician, to my side of the field. So if this doesn't work out, TJ just might have the ability to OTK me strictly throughout Vision Hero Vion. I'm going to use Harmonizing Magician and the effect of my Dark Worm Dragon. TJ actually has a response. He's going to flip up his face down. That's right, Infinite Impermanence, and whoa, he's going to negate the Harmonizing Magician. Very smart play, because the Dark Worm and the Harmonizing Magician can't be used for any type of summon other than a Link summon, because that's what Harmonizing Magician, it says, that you got to use another Magician card. So it's putting me in a pretty bad position. Also, I would have been in the better position if I didn't put Chronograph Sorcerer into the scale where Infinite Impermanence lies, because, yeah, I would be able to activate Chronograph Sorcerer, which is still pretty good. I'm going to add a Supreme King Gate 0 and trigger the effect of TJ's Dark Claw. Now I need him to hit the incorrect card so I can continue off with my combo. TJ is going to go ahead and hit the incorrect card with the Supreme King Gate 0. Whoa! It looks like I've been given a second life into this game. Being able to make that mistake, but still able to recover by using both my Dark Worm and my Oath Dragon for Electromite. Electromite immediately putting a monster into my extra deck, and I had to trigger the Dark Law first, because if I didn't, then he could have banished the right card. So maybe a little bit of a misplay with TJ, but he doesn't necessarily know what's happening. He like you look at the hand, you're like, oh, your opponent's gonna add, that's a free banish, and you're not seeing maybe the entire combo sequence right here. So I'm gonna use Electromite to destroy my Dark Zero to draw a card, and mandatory draw, as well as get a level 4 Magician monster from my deck to my hand. I have not normal summoned, so I'm gonna take advantage by normal summoning that Black Fang Magician, and now I'm in a pretty decent spot. I can use both of those monsters for a Synchro Summon. And I swear, guys, I had to read this card like several times. I'm like, you're not this busted. But Supreme King Dragon Clearwing is allowing me to destroy my opponent's entire board and inflict an insane amount of damage, 4,800 damage if I'm correct, putting TJ down to 3,200. Quick maths. Whoa, and I guess that's not enough damage. Oh, what happened there? He should be at, maybe not. Maybe I'm not saying the life points right, because he's at 37 right now, or my maths is incorrect. So passing it back to TJ, does he have a comeback for this play? I was able to break the Dark Law. He's going to go ahead and normal summon Vision Hero Vion. Using the effect of Vion, he's going to send Elementor or Destiny Hero Malicious from his deck to his graveyard, banishing Destiny Hero Malicious to spell summon another Malicious. And as you guys can see, the Clearwing is already off the field. Maybe because I know he's going to make the Nightmare Cerberus? No, maybe I'm reading the card again. All right, cool. So TJ has an option. He can make the Nightmare Cerberus, but he leaves the Electromite on the board, and that might be a problem. He needs to make more than just a Cerberus. He's going to use those two monsters for the Nightmare monster that we predicted, using its ability to clear the Clearwing off the board. And now he needs to follow up with another play. If he doesn't, he's at the mercy of this Pendulum deck. He's going to pass it back to me, and I'm going to start off my turn by using Chronograph Sorcerer to destroy itself to special summon a monster from my deck to my side of the field. Had I played it in the appropriate zone, then I think I would have been in a better spot. I'm going to special summon that Time Gazer Magician to my side of the field. And then I'm going to put myself in a pretty good spot. Now that I have the Time Gazer Magician and the free draw from the Electromite, I can start pushing and developing a board to possibly swing for game, unless TJ's back row actually means something. After that mandatory draw from Electromite, what else do I have up my sleeve to provide advantage? Really interesting. Wow. Looks like I have the Mythical Beast Master Cerberus, and it might not be me worrying about Pendulum summoning, but just putting enough monsters on the board to attack for game. This might be it, ladies and gentlemen. This might be where the game ends. I'm going to add Mythical Beast Jackal King from my deck to my hand, and then I'm going to go ahead and possibly activate that Jackal King. Yes, we're going to use the Jackal King's ability to destroy itself to special summon Master Cerberus. Now, I should be able to inflict some damage, but since Time Gazer is in defense, I don't think I can hit for game. I'm going to go ahead and use Cold by the Grave, banishing a monster from TJ's graveyard, but also putting 2 spell counters on the Mythical Beast Master Cerberus. Do I have another spell card to activate to put 4 counters on the Cerberus and allow me to attack for game? This is going to be so critical, and I do! With the Dragon Shrine, using its ability to send a dragon monster from my deck to my graveyard, Mythical Beast Master Cerberus now has 4 counters. I can effectively use it to get rid of the Nightmare Cerberus, gain that monster's attack, and Cerberus by himself can be a hard-hitting monster for game. I'm going to take advantage of that using Cerberus's effect to destroy the Nightmare Cerberus, and this game is over, ladies and gentlemen. Pendulums with the win. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and if you didn't, let us know down below in the description below. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.